Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at your higher self's message on what is currently happening in your life. And to do this reading we are going to be picking 3 piles together. So 1, 2 and 3. Thank you. Let's see what they are. So for pile number 1, we have this picture that says, can you see that? Yes. Everyone lives in their own dream. For pile number 2, you have this picture that says, create a beautiful dream. Interesting that we have the dream twice. Okay. And pile number 3, this is your picture and it says, relinquish the need to change others. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the Dalmation Jasper. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, we have the red Jasper, and this is what your crystal looks like. Can you see that? I feel like it's blurred. No, there we go. For pile number 3, we have the Lapis Lazuli, and this is what your crystal looks like. There we go. All right, so take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. But as I always encourage you, if you feel drawn to more than one pile or perhaps even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It is your magic that always guides you to the right readings. And so whether you're just drawn to one pile and you know that's it, then that's the one. Or perhaps you're drawn to several or all of them. Do know that it is always your intuition that it guides you to the right direction. So let it lead the way. And if you are looking for the timestamps, you'll find them down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to the shuffling and card picking process. It is so lovely to have you guys here as we prepare for your piles, and I cannot wait to get into today's reading and find out what your higher self's message is on what is currently happening in your life. So interesting. Let's see your higher self's perspective and what type of advice or message they're going to give. And to do your reading today, these are the cards that we will be using. On the left are the oracle decks, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using. Oh, so let's get right at it. I see the cards are already ready and popping up. And so, what is your higher self's message on what is currently happening in your life? Let's see. Interestingly, I feel this one and this one. One, two, three. Oh, I forgot to leave the first card of the deck. Right, good thing we noticed. All right, so the three piles are now ready. Let's put them together for your reading. So that is pile number 1. There we go, with the Dalmation Jasper. Pile number 2. Was cool. With the red Jasper. Pile number 3. Pile number with the Lapis Lazuli. There we go. So, my dear soul family, your 3 piles for today's reading are now ready. Cannot begin to get right into them and see your higher self's message and perspective. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. I love you guys very much. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Dalmation Jasper, as well as this really interesting card that says everyone lives in their own dream. Let's see what it says on the other side. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. How interesting. I wonder what this is going to be about. Let's keep your main card right there and take a look at your full message from your higher self about what is currently happening in your life. So you have Cancer, right? Let's adjust that with nurture, comfort, and protection. So that's beautiful. You also have the 12th moon mansion with the full. This moon mansion is of course ruled by Mars and Mercury in Leo, giving us the idea of starting something, or you perhaps being on the precipice of something. We see strong energy here. All right. So you also have protection. If you're worried about something, right off the bat, even before where we continue the reading, it seems like you're greatly protected. But along with that, we can also see that your higher self could be helping to guide you, to protect you from a certain fall as well. Let's see the rest of your reading. Right, so you have the Knight of Wands. And we see that this Knight of Wands has appeared on the shadow side. That's what it looks like on the shadow side of the card. And this is the light side, right? So we have the Knight of Wands. You have, interesting, you have the 9 of Cups. Again, we have a light side. And we have a shadow side, perhaps not too happy, right? Okay. You have the 2 of Swords. There is something that you're not sure what to do about here that is making you quite unhappy. You also have the Page of Wands. You have, is this, oh no, 2. Right. You have the Knight of Wands again. You keep having Knights of Wands and Pages of Wands. So you have the Knight of Wands. You have, the Knight of Pentacles. Right. Okay. That's interesting. So it's not necessarily about money, of course, although we see a lot of money. But I do get what this is saying. I'll get to it in a second. And you have the Queen of Wands. As well as the 4 of Swords. So what I'm seeing right off the bat is your higher self talking about a situation that you may not be seeing at the moment. Maybe you are nurturing something else. Maybe you're so focused on something else. Your eyes are closed, but the reading is here allowing you to open it in a certain area that you're not seeing. So maybe you're very focused on your dreams, and you could be falling somewhere else. And I see your higher self coming in this reading to protect you. You know, with the Knight of the Boy of Currency here, we can see someone mindlessly spending their money and enjoying it to the full. And this is in conjunction to the Nine of Cups. Whereas your higher self is saying, enjoy something, but enjoy it in moderation. Because if you keep taking from the bank, and I don't mean money, taking from the bank of wealth, health, time, and there are many examples that we can explore together. But if you keep spending from something that you may be, without realizing, taking for granted, it could quickly turn into something that you may not like. You have the Knight of Wands, which can quickly go into a very favorable direction, or quickly go into a direction that you may not like, depending on what you nurture with the Cancer energy here. What would you nurture? Instant joy, or being mindful towards the future as well. That's what I see here. See, Knight of Pentacles is about slowing down. Sometimes this quick energy comes from worries, it comes from anxiousness, or just comes from a shadow place in general. And so this is why you may not be seeing it. And so I really see your higher self telling you to be very careful, because although you could be very focused on something in your life, and it's your dream, like it could be you focusing very much on your relationships, you focusing very much on your work and your dreams, you focusing on your children, you focusing on everything that is important to you. It seems like there is an area currently happening in your life that may be falling, or on the fall. It didn't fall, but do you see that you're on the precipice of allowing it to fall? And I do see that your higher self is coming here in this reading to protect you. It wants you to open your eyes, because this card keeps talking about everyone being focused on their dreams or on their own lives, giving the impression that there's selective focus. Intuitively, I'm feeling that you are focusing on some things very well, and you're doing a great job there, but you may be letting something else fall. What is it? Is it really actually finances and money? Or could it be health? Could it be... what else am I seeing? Could it be your rest as well? Yes. So it doesn't need to be nutrition. It could also be your health in terms of you resting and taking care of you, nurturing your soul and your body. It could also be with the Queen of Wands, taking care of, the wands have to do with connection, and you see that with the Four of Swords. Resting and rejuvenating with close ones. Maybe this is a reading inviting you to connect more with others. Yeah, in general, whichever case it is, I do see that your higher self is saying that currently there is an area or areas of your life where you're not really focused on. Why? Because with the Nine of Cups, it seems okay for the moment. It may not be going to towards a fall. It's okay. Maybe you're not nurturing these other areas, but you're doing fine. And your higher self is saying you got to be careful, because not focusing that much on these things could lead to a fall. And so with the Four of Swords and the Queen of Wands, we see an advice of being responsible, enjoying what you like, but to do it or doing what is important to you, to go after your passion. All of these things could be the Queen of Wands. But at the end of the day, it's to also do it mindfully, because the Four of Swords is about thinking deeply, right? So it's not, your higher self is not discussing cutting something off. I don't see that at all in your reading. We don't see the Queen of Swords. We don't see any cutting off. We simply see the idea of reversing this card with the Nine of Cups here, so that it doesn't quickly go towards in a direction, I mean, that you may not necessarily like at all. And so it's all about reversing this and enjoying in either in moderation or enjoying while being mindful. That's it. The Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords. Enjoying things while being very mindful. Perhaps you can plan how you can enjoy whatever it is that you like without putting yourself in any type of risk. Yeah. Also, I see a progression from the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands. So this tells me another message that is very obvious from your higher self is that you don't have to start doing things perfectly from the beginning. It's all about making small adjustments that will lead you to having it easier, making bigger adjustments later on. Yeah, it's not about taking the big steps right away, but it's about taking small adjustments that are easy to take in the beginning, and then it'll be much easier to level up and do the right thing. Pile number 1. Very, very interesting reading. Yeah, it's really about taking it step by step where you'll see the most change, as I can see from your higher self's message. This way, you are going to fully protect yourself from any type of harm. Make sure that this will make sure that it totally protects you from any type of harm that could be happening or about to happen without you seeing it. We can even see in this figure on the 12th moon mansion. Remember when I told you this is energy that is happening quickly? Do you remember that? And we see this figure looking back, so maybe they won't even notice the fall. Yeah, so it could be something that in a matter of a second or a day, it could flip or start changing, and you definitely don't want that. So although this is a reading about what is currently happening in your life, I see that your higher self chose to talk to you today about a situation that you may not be noticing. So with that said, let's take a look at what your higher self is guiding you to do in this situation that would make it the easiest for you to apply. You know, maybe it can help you take a worry off of your back. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You have the Sun card. All right. So first of all, with the Sun card, we can clearly see a note of this is a reading not meant to worry or scare you. Be positive. Everything at the moment is absolutely well. Everything's going on well. Your higher self can just see ahead and does not want you to fall or get into the wrong direction. So that's a very positive card to receive. Right, that's beautiful. You have the Hermit card. All right. I see. Okay, in a second. Just let's see the rest of the readings. The cards, I mean. You have the Temperance card. Interesting. You have the Moon card. You have, wow, the King of Pentacles. A lot of stability is in the King of Pentacles. That's great. Perhaps this is established, well-established routines that will make things work automatically in your subconsciously. You don't need to worry about it anymore. That's wonderful. It's all about picking the beginning of the road, taking control of the beginning of the road, and then with the Moon card unconsciously, it's just going to work out beautifully with a solid routine, it seems. And then you have the Death card that shows that there's a major transformation. So not only are you going to fall, but we see you going now in the opposite direction where things are going great in these areas in a way that with the Nine of Pentacles you hope for. So although this may not be an area or areas that you're too much focused on, they are, however, very important to you. And these are things that you really enjoy and dream of as well. Maybe you're just focused on, with everyone focused on their dream. Maybe you're too focused on one dream than the others. That could be another thing. And so these things are going to transform, and they mean a lot to you because they are things that you also love very much and perhaps even dream of. Okay, so with the Temperance card, I'm getting this intuitive message of everything in moderation. It's really not about making it difficult for you, but it's about being very mindful. You know, the Hermit is a card of being aware, being enlightened. And so I really see the idea of get yourself enlightened before the journey begins. Don't let the world teach you after things have happened, but rather from the beginning, keep your eyes open, keep yourself alert, and don't go through a learning journey that you may not like, where you learn the same lesson later on. Difficult journeys, they teach us a lot. So they're very beneficial. But I really see your higher self helping you avoid going through a long journey that is unnecessary and to focus on what is important. Because with the Sun card, it looks like you have a bright life ahead. It's not your direction here at all. And so keep your eyes open. Keep yourself alert. Do the right thing now, and don't wait for you to get into the dark, just as the Hermit, to find your awareness, but rather be aware, alert now, and do things maybe in moderation, whether this is spending time, spending money, or maybe eating unhealthy. These are the things I can think of. Also going after your dreams, but maybe not cutting off with your environment and the people you love and are important to you, or connecting with new people or your old friends. Keeping things in moderation in the areas that could be risky at the moment. And you'll see that it's just about being aware to it and putting some simple routines and systems that can help you set off in the right road, on the right path, and things with the Moon card are going to work automatically, subconsciously, where you know your path, you're going to do things without thinking too much about it, going in the right direction. This way, we see a great transformation, not only from taking care of you from not falling, but also it's about a huge transformation towards the right direction, where you achieve a lot of the things that you wished and hoped for and see them coming true. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. By the way, if for any reason this has to do with nutrition, do know that I do sell a productivity e-cookbook. I've partnered with a nutritionist that I love and believe in to make this process easy for you. So this is a cookbook that is very easy to apply. It's healthy, it's delicious, it's full of recipes, 210 recipes, and it allows you to cook these healthy and delicious meals in a matter of minutes. Whether you are a good cook or not a cook at all, the instructions are very clear and simple, easy to follow. Each recipe has clear nutritional values, and it's all about bringing to you good recipes, delicious recipes that are healthy and could be cooked in a matter of minutes. If you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And by the way, there's also a vegan version to this book. But if you're not vegan, perhaps you may get both, and then you'll get a plethora of delicious things that you can do in a matter of minutes, allowing you to be healthy. And, this also allows you to do that, have a system and just do things in a very easy way where you don't think much about it. So that if this resonates with you in terms of health, it's there. You'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. Other than that, my dear pile number 1, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. I wish you the best of luck moving forward. May you be blessed. And I'm happy that all is good now. All is positive. Don't worry, that's the first thing your higher self wanted to highlight. You're doing great, but just take care of you. This is exactly what I see in your reading. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 1. This book can really help you set goals and achieve them, especially in the next year. We're at the precipice of the next year. So this book can totally help you out to achieve these goals easily and in an enjoyable way. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it in the first place. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking that out as well, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 1, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and best of luck. I know you're going to do great. Your higher self totally believes in you, and it sees that it's really about just taking the beginning of the road. All the best of luck, my dear pile number 1, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful red Jasper, as well as this really interesting card that says, create a beautiful dream. So this is what your card looks like, but let's explore what it says on the other side. So you have, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. Interesting. Right. You see how this person has been able to attract all these beautiful birds around him. Very interesting. All right, let's keep your main card here, and let's take a look together at what your higher self's message is on what is currently happening in your life. You have the 8th house. Can you see that? Yeah. You have the 8th house with transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. Very interesting. Okay. You have very, very cool actually. You have the 17th moon mansion that's ruled by Mercury and Pluto in Libra. Interesting. Again, with all of the snakes, could be talking about something being at stake, or you may be worrying about something, facing fears, perhaps. Okay. You have, ooh, wow. So I don't know if this is like, it actually came with the card of this is a mistake, but well, I do see a gold color there. Anyway, you have abundance with the gold mark here. This could literally be gold or finances, maybe. Okay. Wow. let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have Judgment. This is the light side of Judgment, and this is the shadow side. You have the Page of Wands. Again, this is the shadow side here, and this is the light side of the Page of Wands. Is that a ruby? And that looks like a sword, right? Okay. And do you see here Judgment announcing death with a dragon, and while Judgment here is perhaps announcing birth, a rise. Interesting. But right off the bat, I do see a lot of skulls and snakes. You are worried about something, that's for sure. Let's explore more. Pile number 2. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, and the idea of money or finances is very prominent in your reading. That's another thing. Okay. You have the Hanged Man. You have the Four of Wisdom. This is the Four of Wands. Wonderful. Beautiful. You also have the Man of Currency. Again, do you see the money? There's something up with money, finances, abundance in this pile. Something really cool. You have the King of Pentacles, and it's right next to abundance here. So we've established that. This looks really cool. You have the Four of Cups. Okay. So I'll read it in a second. You have the Lover's card. All right. So what do we see here? Oops, we see some sort of persuasion here. Persuasion. With the Hanged Man, as well as the Four of Cups here, I can clearly see an energy of stagnation. You know, here with the Four of Cups, perhaps stagnation resulting from boredom. Sometimes when we are too comfortable or things are too safe, there may be boredom. But at the same time, this is not an energy of being in a comfortable position. That's why there is stagnation. This is an energy of being stagnant or maybe accepting too little, although you would want more with the Four of Cups. Because with the 8th house, there could be some fears to taking any bigger steps. That's what I see here. I see that you could be pretty comfortable in your life, yeah? It's good, but your heart wants more. And so you might you might be feeling bored. You might be feeling, what's the word, like nothing really matters. Unhinged about things, not very much interested. You know, the things that are going on around your life may not be all that either exciting or not what you really want. And so you kind of go meh with most of maybe the ideas that you get maybe with you and your friends, or the options that you have at the moment of things to do aren't really up your alley. You're not too happy about it. Yeah. In fact, this takes us here because solitude, la douceur de la solitude, the sweetness of solitude. This could signify being, it just hit my brain, being in the comfort zone. Being in the comfort zone. So I see your higher self talking to you about not feeling really too happy here with what's going on in your life. You feel like life is stagnant. You're not really living it in the way you would want. And so I see your higher self telling you that's because you may be going in the wrong direction, slowly towards maybe what feels like the death of your soul. And on the other hand, I see your higher self wanting to wake you up to the birth of or the revival of what will wake up your soul. Here in the Four of Wands, we see a beautiful couple, two beautiful people coming together, and we see a different race, we see a same-sex marriage, we see things that other people may not necessarily like, but they're living their true, authentic life, what they love. They're celebrating it with the Four of Wands. Even if it looks to some people as unacceptable, to them it matters, and to them they are living their beautiful life regardless of what others think or believe. So we are getting the energy of daring to do and being bold to do what makes us happy. And so here in the 17th moon mansion, we see two swords, two directions, two types of thoughts that can take you in one direction or the other. One direction where it looks like it's safe, where you're protected with a knife here, representing protection. And another direction with the Page of Wands, where the page is holding a ruby, representing passion, representing strength, representing boldness, value, great value, going towards what means the most to your heart, which will revive your soul back, because it does seem that there is some stagnancy. Now, this direction that I feel like your higher self is kind of talking to you into it, maybe through the signs that they're sending you, the symbols, maybe through tarot readings. They're slowly walking you towards what you love, slowly but surely. And what you thought may have been, do you see that face here? What you may have thought at some point is crazy to do, I see that little by little you're gaining faith, and you're going to start going towards the direction that really speaks to your heart. I would have never seen this as a unicorn, but let me explain. 2 or 3 days ago, I was scrolling in the shorts, YouTube shorts, and then one of the shorts was like, oh, we found the first unicorn. And I was like, wow, oh my God, they found the first a real version of the unicorn. And then they said the name of this unicorn. I Googled it, and it didn't look like a unicorn, did not have the horn, and I was like, what is this, clickbait? And the unicorn that they were referring to, that they found in I think East Asia, looked exactly like that. That's exactly what the pictures, I think it was called the Mualian unicorn or something. I cannot remember the name. But once Googled, it looked like this animal right there. And I was like, that's not a unicorn. Too much shorts today. Goodbye. But anyways, perhaps I saw this short so that I would understand once I see this card that you're regarded as a unicorn. You're really regarded as a magical being who's capable of creating so much. And so why live a regular life when you're meant to live something very, very unique, very out there, very bold? And I see your higher self telling you, if you are afraid of maybe not succeeding as you create this dream that speaks to your heart, this is really is far from reality, because I keep seeing money in your reading. 4 of Wands, a lot of success, a great milestone. I see money raining on you, raining. And again, the idea of you being unique. I just noticed a peacock here. An umbrella covering a peacock tells me that you're a unicorn or a peacock in hiding. You're in solitude. And even you, with all of the hats here because you're wearing a hat here, you're holding a hat here, even you aren't aware of just how much unique you are and what you can create, and how much success can blow up if you just put your fingers into it. And I feel like you're being tied down by negative beliefs. Do you see the 2 snakes here? Where you're not happy on either sides when you think about it. One side where it's safer maybe, but it's so stagnant and boring and unfulfilling. And on the other side, it's where your heart is at, but you're worried about it being maybe some sort of fairy tale with the unicorn here, and that it's not realistic, that it may not work. But in fact, and in reality, your higher self is saying that you're meant to be achieving a lot of success, and especially a financial success, because that's what's showing up in your reading here, especially financial success. So with all the trumpets here, it's giving me this impression that it's going to blow up of success. 4 of Wands, you're going to reach big milestones. If you just listen to your heart, your heart is pushing you towards something. And so that's why you may feel unsatisfied. It's because your soul is trying to deliver a message to you that it's not really happy. Could be very safe, but it's not happy. Is it about balancing things out here with the 2 swords on either side? Is it about weighing things, or is it about also balancing things? Maybe you can be safe and also do something that you love. This way, it's kind of a safer risk where you are investing more time, but you're not taking away necessarily from your safety. This way you get to test the waters with your toe and see if the promised success here in abundance, it will happen, of course, but if you can see this manifestation into your life at the time that you want. It's all in your hands. And no tarot cards, no higher self's message, no spirit guides can ever push you towards something you don't want. It's all in your hands. But there is a strong advice, some sort of like sweet pep talk or sweet talk or persuasion from your higher self, explaining to you that you will really love this direction. It cannot push you towards it, but it can allow you to rest your arm, rather rest your worries. as you take the time to just think about it. Isn't this what is speaking to your soul and heart? Pile number 2. What is this dream that is making you unsatisfied here today? What is speaking to your heart? What do you want to do? And what are you afraid of? And is there a way, knowing that there could be a lot of success or abundance, for you to balance things out, where you don't lose one thing or the other? I see both. Until your dream maybe helps you get to the 2, maybe? Yeah. Perhaps you want to contemplate on that. Take the time to think about it with the Hanged Man here, to illuminate yourself, to go within and to explore it. Because staying in this energy for far too long may have the opposite effect, where sometimes too much of safety can lead to too much of boredom and frustration, and there's a word, not feeling maybe fulfilled or achieved, exactly. And that could kill too. So is it fear, or is it fear, or is it safety but stagnancy and being unfulfilled? Sometimes it's not about choosing one or the other. Maybe sometimes it's about changing direction where there is balance, not going to the extreme, at least in the beginning. But you are certainly being invited to create this dream that sings to your heart, to start attracting the things that you want towards you with that dream. And it's really about keeping your word to yourself, deciding on something and sticking to it. Because it says your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. And this is why you have the red jasper here. The red jasper is all about high energy, high self-confidence, also being bold. So yes, you are definitely being advised to revive your soul and to grow in the right direction. Not necessarily leaving in your reading one for the other, but more of balancing both until you can step out of what is not that fulfilling for you. And to follow your heart. This way you will live your true authentic self, what you're meant to live. And when you live what you're supposed to live in the way that is right for you, you will not feel perhaps sometimes lifeless any longer. You will feel revived, like a new life has begun for you. You will feel fulfilled. And most importantly, in your case, you will get a lot of what you deserve. What you're putting out will get a lot of results for you. It's getting a lot of abundance. Queen of Pentacles, of course, independence. The Queen of Pentacles lives in the realm of her dreams that she has created for herself. So perhaps it's about creating your dream. Exactly what your card says. Create a beautiful dream. It's about creating your dream and living in it. And your higher self is saying, yes, you can do it. These are fears that are not going to manifest. The truth and the reality is you are unique and you will be creating a lot of success and abundance with following your heart and your passion. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading with regards to your message from your higher self. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, My dear pile number 2, this book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it, but really can help you manifest your dreams and watch them come to reality as you work on them and enjoy working on them. So see, this book has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm wishing you the best of luck from my heart. Follow what is right for you and don't be afraid. And this was your advice from your higher self. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Lapis Lazuli crystal, as well as this very interesting card that says, let me adjust that there. Relinquish the need to change others. On the other side, it says, real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means that we don't really like them. Is it easier to find someone who is already the way you want him or her to be, instead of trying to change that person? Interesting. Let's see how this message fits into your reading. Perhaps it just has to do with a little part of it, maybe all. Let's see. We'll keep your card right there. And let's take a look at the rest of the reading together to find out what this message is. So we'll be starting off with your oracle cards first. You have the first house with individuality, self-image, how interesting, and approach to life. Okay, so we're getting closer now to what this is trying to say. You have the full moon in air with solution. Wow, okay. Interesting. Wow. And you have love. Wow, okay. Now it's tying together very well. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Chariot with the light in this direction. This is what it looks like. And the shadow side of the card. This is what it looks like attacks on the Chariot, and it's running away from these attacks. And you have the Sun card on the right way up. This is the light part, and this seems to be the shadow part. Wonderful. This is really cool. You have the Six of Wands. You have the Tower card. You have, interesting, the Girl of Hearts. This is the Page of Hearts, getting a lot of likes on social media. This card. It's kind of talking about the same thing here. You have, Woman of Currency. It says, Pill riches, and it's opening with a lot of money and wealth here. With Woman of Currency is the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. And you have the Page of Swords, as well as the Ten of Wands, ending a tiresome cycle for yourself. So what I'm seeing here is your higher self talking to you about how you feel with regards to yourself and your relationship with others. Because I see here with the first house, with regards to individuality and self-image, I see that especially with this, also with the Sun card upwards, that You have so much Sun in conjunction with the Queen of Pentacles, my God. You have so much to feel blessed about. You have so many traits that are amazing to you. But I do see your higher self speaking about perhaps being disappointed with regards to what others may say or think. And it may have been holding you back a little bit. It feels heavy on your heart, it seems, especially with this Page of Cups, with all of the likes. It's like, I feel like there is a trigger here with regards to what others may think. And so maybe you feel like it's heavy because with the army here, you have to be strict all the time. Make sure that you don't make any mistakes. You stay within the line sometimes so that others accept you and love you. And it could be really tiresome and it's getting very heavy on you. Especially that you could be afraid with the Chariot here on attacks from other people. You know, nasty word here or judgment there. And I see with Solution here, with the full moon in air, a new chapter needs to begin of perhaps considering not defying them or managing them or pushing them away. It's more about acceptance and loving, giving yourself love. Loving yourself, treating yourself kindly and with love, and not harshly. You have an inner child that is very happy and exciting and very fun to be around, that has a beautiful outlook towards life, but is kind of tied down with restrictions and with maybe how other people may be disappointed and constant triggers of what others may think. So I see your higher self talking to you about releasing that sort of heaviness on your heart. It's too heavy and too difficult to carry. And I even feel like there's the stage where you can't do this anymore. Do you see on the other side here? There is freedom of movement, moving in the direction that you want, that feels good, rather than in the direction that you may not necessarily want, just to escape other people's attacks. I'll keep it upright for you. So what is your higher self's advice exactly on how to do that? You know, this is really funny. I was asking, looked at this card, saw solution. I was like, how is this a solution? And then I saw air, which reminds me of energy flows where attention grows. So I see here that the more you are focused internally rather than externally, meaning focusing on achieving your own goals, achieving the things that are important to you, that speaks to you, moving in the direction that you want. At the end of the day, everyone will be cheering for you with the Six of Wands. As you achieve success, everyone will be there anyway. And either way, always remember, especially with the Tower card, there will always be people, no matter how bad or how amazing it gets, you will always have people cheering for you and other people always unhappy, always have something to say. And so don't let this hinder you. Instead, since this is the case anyways, always the case, I feel like with the air shifting the focus from the outside to within, focusing on achieving your own dreams, going in the direction that you want, achieving your success, where you will shine. The more you do what is speaking to you, what is right for you, taking care of yourself, taking care of the things that you like, being who you want to be, you here will be shining, because you're already shining from the inside, shining within, out. You have a beautiful inner child that is entertaining, that is just sweet, loving, fun to be around. And with all of the sunflowers here, an inner child that grabs attention. And so I'm not surprised you grab attention this way. And so doing what you love, you'll be connecting more to your true, authentic self. And it's about showering yourself with your dreams, with your goals, with what speaks to you, regardless of what other people think, and to free yourself from what they like and what they may not like. Because always remember, there will always be the ones cheering for you, and there will always be the ones who don't like it, who criticize. And perhaps these people, they have their own shadow to figure out. So yeah, there is a clear message with regards to what is currently happening in your life, of releasing that type of heaviness from yourself and from your heart, to realize that people are going to think whatever they want to think, to liberate yourself fully from that and allow your inner child to shine. Instead of focusing externally, I see the focus internally. Doing what you love. Following what you love, showering yourself with who you want to be, how you want to grow, who you want to become. Again, the Queen of Pentacles is a queen that creates her own realm and dreams, and lives that dream. Liberating yourself from perhaps feeling like, this Page of Swords reminds me of course, the army, of being very disciplined, very strict, with every move being calculated. Rather than here, we see the opposite energy of someone who's on a vacation, enjoying the best time of their lives, enjoying life to the fullest. And so the solution here is to take an inward look at who you want to be and who you want to become, and which direction you want to take in life, and what type of success you would love to see in yourself and in your life, and to follow that. If anything, discipline should be towards these things and not towards pleasing or satisfying, rather, other people of who they want you to be. My dear pile number 3. And so let's get advice on how your higher self is advising you to do that. Let's pick 3 cards. Okay, so 1, 2, and I saw this. Was it this? I saw it again. I was trying to see which card was popping up, so I'll take that. But I did see the Star card. I think that whatever you put your mind to, you will achieve. Okay. So, wow, you have the Page of Pentacles. Lovely. You have, wow, the Sun card again. Your cards keep showing me that you shine so bright. You shine so bright. You don't need anyone to say it out loud, because that's the truth. And anyone can see that. I see all eyes on you here. But I don't want to say too much of that, because really the reading is more talking about putting your attention on the inside. And you have these, but the truth is that, but this is the truth though. We can see it with all of the likes here. We can see it here. Yeah, the 2 sun cards. And you have the 7 of Wands. So we were seeking advice on how to do that. Attention again. Oh my God. So the most important thing, I get it now. Whenever you find yourself being perhaps too focused externally, remind yourself to go back inwards, to see what is important for you, to see how you think about it, to see what you like about yourself. If you like what you've done, and if you haven't, be loving to yourself. Say it's okay, that's fine. Don't accept any attacks from the outside world with the 7 of Wands, but rather say to yourself, just like you would talk to kindly with your own child, and talk to yourself and say, hey, it's okay. We didn't do it right this time. Let's do it better the next time. It's okay. Don't worry about it. That kind of kindness. And so, again, it's all about shifting your attention from the outside to shifting it inwards. And as you train your brain to continue to do that, little by little, your attention will no longer be too much on the outside, or rather too much on you. You create self-love, you create self-acceptance, you create growth, and you're focused on what is important, and no longer about what others perhaps may think. What others may think. You follow what you want. And this is exactly what I see as your message from your higher self on what is currently happening in your life. My dear pal number 3, it was such an enjoyable reading. I wish you all the best of luck. You seem like a very popular or very interesting person. At least all eyes are definitely on you. Very intriguing person to everyone. And I hope you can see that too, my dear pal number 3. This was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pal number 3. This book could really help you out set goals and achieve them in the next year, all while enjoying the process. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it in the first place, but you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pal number 3, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you very much. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.